What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why I'm still very bullish for the future of Tesla and where I see the share price going for next week as I give you guys my share price prediction for next week. I'm also going to talk about the overall stock market and what the Fed is doing right now that could definitely affect inflation, the market, and Tesla as a whole. I'm also going to talk about some big pieces of news coming out involving Tesla and the Cybertruck that could definitely affect the share price, and I'm going to end the video with what Elon Musk, the man, the myth, the legend Elon Musk has been tweeting about, as we have some major tweets coming out from Elon Musk that make me very, very excited for the future of this company. Now, before I say anything about that, however, before I talk about Elon Musk's Twitter page, before I talk about the share price and where I see it going, I do have to mention some very important things first. First off, I'm not a financial planner, guys. This is all for educational purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you will not only qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to qualify for free real-time level 2 data for US stocks with $0 in trading commissions. So please check that out if you guys want. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, we had a very, very interesting day today. Look at the 1-day chart with the 1-minute candles to show the meticulous moves. You guys can see this right here. We dropped to $1,013 a share. We ran up to $1,048 with quite a bit of volatility in the beginning, which is very normal for Tesla. Then we dipped to about $1,020 before having a very, very good run to the upside. And we did close in the green, which is a very good sign in my opinion. We closed at $1,049, up 1.75%. Let's go, guys. That's pretty good from here on out. And I do see some good moves continuing. Now, before I go into more detail about Tesla's share price, we do need to talk about what's going on with the S&P 500 and the Fed. So check this out right here. The S&P was up 0.04%, closing in the green, which is a pretty good sign. We closed at $464 a share, which is a pretty good sign. Once again, we were in the green. Now, I do want to talk about what the Fed is doing, how this could affect the market, because look, this was announced right here. Basically, the Fed's Brainerd says that reducing inflation is the top priority. Now, Brainerd, for those of you who don't know, is Joe Biden's second choice for the commanding the entire Fed as a whole. And that in turn, guys, she is very, very dovish, so to speak, at least normally, and she is taking more of a hawkish view. So this means that, look, she's obviously going to be very, very hawkish because of what's going on with inflation, but her saying that inflation is going to be her top priority right now makes her a little bit more on the hawkish side. So this means that going forward in the upcoming months, her alongside Jerome Powell on this more hawkish mode could definitely cause a correction in the market as they do start raising rates. Now, when I say this, guys, it's not necessarily the end of the world for next week, because next week, I think the S&P is still looking pretty bullish. Here's the reason why. When you look at the S&P, guys, we kind of trade in fractal-like patterns. We see the S&P rise up, take a small dip, then rise up, and this wasn't necessarily a big correction that we saw. Now, we did see a big red candle right here, and this was because of the Fed announcing the things that it did involving inflation and all the other pieces of data coming out, and this in turn did lead to some fear. But at the end of the day, guys, we're seeing some very good things in the works, and I just think that the Fed is going to allow the S&P to run just a little bit before the big correction starts. So I think the next upcoming weeks and months are looking pretty bullish as the S&P is trading towards the very, very high exponential moving averages, and the RSI is at a pretty good range. This means that Tesla could have some very big runs leading up to the earnings report. And what I think is going to play out, guys, if you consider the fact that we're trading between the short-term exponential moving averages. The MACD is showing some kind of green histograms. It's kind of sideways right now, but the RSI is looking pretty good at 55.78. So right now, it's looking pretty bullish, or at least a little bit more bullish than bearish. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start trading in the 1100s by next week. Now, I could be wrong, guys. I could be totally wrong when I say that, and I do admit it, because the Fed could announce something that causes a reversal or anything like that. But based off this trend, and based on what I think is coming out, I think that Tesla is going to close or at least trade in the $1,100 to $1,150 range very, very soon if the market allows it. And it looks pretty good right now. And that's what I think is probably going to play out. Now, I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, that is my prediction. And I do this for fun, for, because I want to really help you guys and maybe give you better understandings. And I did receive some requests from people that asked me to make more predictions. So that's what I'm gonna do for this one. Now, with that out of the way, guys, let's talk about some other big pieces of news that are coming out. Now, it was reported right over here that Tesla delays the Cybertruck production again, this time to Q1 of 2023. Now, I already told you guys that I saw the Cybertruck production starting in 2023, early 2023, so this was no surprise. Now, even though this is happening, guys, don't look at this as bad news. Maybe this could cause Tesla's share price to drop just a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's not bad news because Tesla has many, many bullish catalysts coming out, such as the way they're improving their battery packs, such as their new gigafactories coming out, all these big things for 2022, anyways. So don't let a piece of news like this basically scare you into thinking that it's going to crash, it's the end. It's not the end, guys, because when this comes out, when the Cybertruck production starts, Tesla stock, in my opinion, is going to explode. It's going to be very, very awesome. So it's a small delay, nothing to be too concerned about, and don't let all the FUD out there scare you. Now, I also want to talk about this right here, and this is something very big that Elon Musk also talked about, and that's the fact that Tesla now lets you buy some merch with Dogecoin. Let's go, guys. This is very good in my opinion. Now, here's how I would look at this. Would you consider Dogecoin an asset or a liability? Now, I know something, and I can't guarantee this, but this is something that I'm very positive of, and that is I see the entire crypto sphere growing like crazy in the upcoming years. The market caps of all sorts of cryptocurrencies, in my opinion, is going to keep getting bigger. I see Bitcoin going to astronomical levels again, Ethereum too. Maybe not for this year, maybe not for the next upcoming months, but eventually they're going to recover and see some big moves. So, in my opinion, which is not financial advice, I think this is a very good move from Elon Musk and Tesla. So, right now with Dogecoin, guys, you're able to buy the Cyber Quad for kids. You can also buy a belt buckle and the Cyber Whistle. Once again, that's very, very cool in my opinion. This news did cause Dogecoin to rise to 20 cents a coin from like, I think it was at 15. And that's a pretty good move that it ended up making. So the reason this is good, guys, is I see Dogecoin as an asset. I think the value of Dogecoin or Doge is going to be going up very, very soon and within the next upcoming months, if not years. And that in turn is going to make Tesla more money. That's why I think it's a very good move that Elon Musk and the Dogecoin community are going to be making. So the Dogecoin community, they also know that there's a lot more versatility for Dogecoin. It's way easier to use it for transactions, and that in turn is going to allow Tesla and both Dogecoin to actually come together and really help each and every single one of their favorite coins or Tesla stock to improve. Because remember, Dogecoin has a big community. That's a very good sign. So this is what the Elon Musk tweet stated. It says Tesla merge buyable with Dogecoin. Once again, very awesome, guys. I'm very excited for what this is going to hold for the future. And remember, Dogecoin has a giant community, and the community loves news like this. So it's very good for Tesla, in my opinion. I also want to talk about this right here. This is actually, I'm going to talk very briefly about this. Tesla adds a structural battery pack reference to the Model Y owner's manual as production is imminent. So I'm going to scroll down to this right here. Basically, the Model Y is going to be produced in the Tesla Gigafactory, and it states right here, instead of several battery models put together in a battery pack, Tesla plans to use its 4,680 cells in a single block to create a battery pack with structural integrity that becomes part of the vehicle's body. So once again, they're improving their cars. The Model Y is going to see many structural improvements, which in turn is going to improve customer service, the cars, the production, and their numbers as a whole, in my opinion. That's a very bullish sign, in my opinion, because look, they're improving the procedures to produce their cars. They're improving their cars as a whole. It's going to improve customer service. It's going to lead to more sales, more revenue, more earnings, a better PE ratio, all sorts of things like that that improve the eyes of investors and other things like that. So this is just an illustration of how they're going to be improving it with a new structural battery pack. And I think it's very awesome in my opinion. Now, I want to end this video with this tweet right here. Basically, Clean Technica stated that some German environmental groups overlook coal's impact on water while focusing on stopping Tesla. Now, this is an opinion article. I can't promise you that everything in this is true, but they definitely have a lot of merit out there, that there's a lot of bias against Tesla in Germany, and they are kind of like hindering, or at least trying to hinder, the progress that they are making. So Elon Musk responded by stating this right here. Yes, it does not make sense. He's stating that, look, and what this article is basically talking about is the fact that there are many environmental groups stating that drinking water is not going to be as clean because of the new Tesla Giga Berlin. And they're also talking about how they don't want it to be producing cars there, this and that, all these very interesting things. Now, in my opinion, I just think that if you are pro or at least in support of the environment. I just think that we have to basically move away from fossil fuels. So they should be at least trying to like look at Tesla with positive light too. You can't just look at the bad side of it and say that, oh, it's not going to be clean for the environment. There could be a little bit truth there, but I just think that you have to at least look at both sides and not just look at it from a one eye or one ear point of view. You have to look at both sides as well and look at the improvement this is going to bring to the earth. I also think that a lot of their claims are exaggerated. I didn't see much conclusive evidence for them to make the claim that drinking water is going to be contaminated by the factory or things like that. But I could be wrong, but that's just what my opinion is. That's just what my point is. And Elon Musk also agrees that their arguments just don't make sense. So I'm just putting it out there. So the reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is because of the fact that this in turn can affect Tesla's share price because these environmentalists, they are making claims with the German government, with the state officials, and they in turn are kind of like delaying Tesla's production in Germany. Now, I'm not saying it's the end of the world because Tesla already got approved to build like 2,000 Model Ys, I believe, and they're going to continue to build more and more and more. So it's kind of just delaying. In my opinion, maybe it may delay the Gigafactory production, but it's not putting an end to it because they're almost there. It's almost ready for production. So that's my point, guys. Don't let FUD articles like this scare you. And if at the end of the day, the production is going to start eventually, and we're getting closer and closer and closer, it's going to be very bullish anyway. So I do see some very big things coming out for the future. And I do think in an ideal world, Tesla should be in 1100 very, very soon. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to remember the market could do anything. I can't guarantee my prediction will be correct. And I do want to tell you one thing, and that is the earnings report is coming out in the next like couple of, I would say within like 12 days. I think the 25th or 26th of January, and I think Tesla could announce some very big things that could definitely cause the share price to move. So I really want you guys to be on the lookout for that, and I'm very excited for what the future holds. With that said and done, guys, I thank you for listening. Please never give up on your dreams and don't give up on Tesla. I see big moves in the works. With that said and done, I say peace out, and I'll see you in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.